Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video, we're going to show you how to change out the Samsung refrigerator ice maker cooling fan motor. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new ice maker cooling fan motor. The ice maker cooling fan motor blows cold air over the ice makers. The main reason to be changing it out is if it's failed and the fresh food ice maker is not making ice. In order to get to the part, we have to open up the freezer door. Once you have the door open, we have to take the drawer out. So we're just going to pull it out a little bit, and you want to make sure that the rails on each side are pushed all the way up like this. And then we can lift up on the drawer and pull it out. Now that we have the drawer out, we're going to take the basket out. In order to make it easier to get that out, we're going to open up the refrigerator doors for a second. And then we can lift the basket out. You want to lift the back up first and then slide it towards the back a little bit. Once you have it free, you can lift it out and set it aside. Once we have the basket out, we're going to close the refrigerator doors again. And then we can take the door off the freezer. We can see this bracket that has two bolts that hold the door onto the rails. We're going to use a 10mm socket with a ratchet to take them out. Now that we have these out, we can go to the ones on the other side. Now we can lift the door off the brackets. If it's stuck, you can use your hand to press down on the rail while you break it free. And then we can carefully lift the door up, pull it off. Once you have it off, you can set it aside. Now that we have the door out of the way, we have to take this connecting rod off. So we're just going to push it all the way over to the right and flex a little bit so it comes out of the left wheel. Once you have it out of that, we can pull it out of the right one and pull it off and set it aside. Once you have the connecting rod out, we can push the rails in. Then we can take out the ice maker. To get it out, the first thing we're going to do is remove this cover. It's just snapped on, so just squeeze it a little bit and pop it off. Once you have the cover off, we're going to use a Phillips screwdriver to take out these two screws that hold it up. Once you have the screws out, we're going to reach in and pull forward on the ice maker so it releases from the tabs. So we can drop it down and carefully reach in and disconnect the wire harness. There's a locking tab on it. Just have to press it to release it. Once you have it released, you can pull the ice maker out of the freezer. Now that we have the ice maker out, we're going to take the back panel off. It's held in by two screws. We're going to use a Phillips screwdriver to take them out. Once you have both screws out, you can reach in and carefully pull the back panel off. To get the back panel off, we're just going to carefully pull out on it. Once you have it worked out, you can drop it down a little bit. Once you have the back panel lowered down, you can see that there's three electrical connections up here on the right-hand side that we have to disconnect. There's locking tabs on them, so we're just going to reach up and unlock them and unplug them. Once you have all three of the wire harnesses disconnected, we can pull the back panel out of the freezer. Now we're going to set the assembly on a table with a towel down to protect it. In order to get to the ice maker cooling fan motor, we have to take this assembly out. First thing we're going to do is remove this piece of tape. So just get behind it with a small flathead screwdriver and peel it up. Once you have the tape out of the way, we're going to grab the Phillips screwdriver and remove these four screws that hold the assembly in. Once you have all four screws out, we're going to lift the assembly up and turn it over. Once you have it turned over, we're going to take the fan blade off. we're going to grab a small needle-nose pliers and carefully take the spring off. Once you have it off, you can set it aside. And we're going to carefully pull the fan blade off and set it aside. Once you have it off, we're going to turn the assembly back over again. Then we're going to use the Phillips screwdriver to take out the screw that holds the motor housing together. Once you have the screw out, there's a few clips that hold this motor housing together. So we're just going to get in between it with a flathead screwdriver and break it open. Once you have the clips released, you can get the cover out of the way. And we're going to take the upper grommet off and set it aside. We're going to lift the fan motor out. And if the lower grommet stays in the housing, you can just leave it there. But if it's on the motor, you can pull it off and just set it aside. Then we're going to pull the wire harness out of its little channel right here. And then we can press on the locking tab to release the wire harness. Once you have the wiring harness disconnected, we can pull the Ice Maker cooling fan motor off the assembly. Here's the old Ice Maker cooling fan motor next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at appliancepartspros.com. To put the new Ice Maker cooling fan motor in, we're just going to grab the wire harness and plug it in. It can only go on one way. We're going to swing the wire harness over and make sure it sits in the little channel. We're going to grab the lower grommet, put it on the motor shaft, and then lower it down into the housing. Once you have it in place, we can put the upper grommet on. And we're going to close the cover and snap it shut. Once you have it snapped shut, you can use the Phillips screwdriver to put the screw in. Now we're going to lift the assembly up and turn it over again. You can push the fan blade onto the shaft. Just push it down until it bottoms out. We can put the spring back on. Just going to press it on so it's flush. Once you have the spring on, we'll turn the assembly back over. You can line up the 4 screw holes. You can use the Phillips screwdriver to put the screws back in. Once you have all the screws back in, we're going to carefully lift the tape back up and put it back into place. Now that we have it put back together, we can put the assembly back into the freezer. To put the assembly in, we're just going to kind of lift it up into place. And then we're going to have to reach behind and grab the 3 wire harnesses and plug them in. They're all different, so you can't mix them up. Just push them on and make sure you get them in there so you get a good connection. Once you have all 3 connected, we're going to lift the assembly back up. Push it into place. Now if you have to, you can pull this right slide out so this wheel gets out of the way. Once you have the wheel out of the way, you can get the panel up the rest of the way. And then we can use the Phillips screwdriver to put in the screws. Now that we have it back in place, we can put the Ice Maker back in. To put the Ice Maker assembly back into the freezer, I'm just going to line it up so we can plug the wiring harness in. It can only go on one way. Make sure it snaps on so you get a good connection. Once you have it in place, we're going to lift it up so the fill tube goes up through the opening. And push it back and lock it onto the mounting legs in the back. Lock it into place. Once you have it in place, we can use the Phillips screwdriver to put in the screws on the front. Once you have both screws in, we can put the cover back on. Just have to line it up and snap it back into place. Now that we have the ice maker in, we're going to pull the rails out. And then we can put in the bar that goes between the two wheels. Just have to line it up on the right one and push it in. And do the same on the left. If you have to flex a little bit, you can. Once you have the bar back on, we can put the door on. To put the door back on, you just have to line it up on each rail and set it into place. Once you have the door in place, we can use the ratchet with the 10mm socket to put the bolts back in. Now we can do the ones on the other side. Once you have the door back on, we can put the basket in. To put the basket back in, we're going to open up the refrigerator doors to give us a little bit more room. And we're going to take the basket and lower the front down in first. Then you want to swing it and lay it down. You want to make sure that the front locking tabs go in, and then you can set the rear ones down. Now that you have the basket in, we can close the doors, and then we can put the drawer in. To put the drawer back in, you want to make sure that the slides are in the same position they were when you took them off. And then we can carefully set the drawer in. You want to make sure that the slides go onto the glides. And you can push it all the way back in. Once you have it in, you can close the freezer door, plug it back in, and make sure it starts to cool. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.